What's going on YouTube? I'm E and this is Simply Put Scents. So guys, I've been tagged. Yup, I'm it. And I've been tagged to do a rapid fire Q&A. So I've been tagged by Carlos of Brooklyn Fragrance Lover and Steven of Redolessence, who were tagged by Manny of CascadeScents and Chad of A Gentleman's Journey. So yeah, we've all been it. And I think I'm gonna tag somebody else after this, or two. So I guess this Q&A will be a great opportunity to let you guys know a little bit more about my taste and my preferences, and I guess give you an opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. So I'm always down for something like that, and I probably should have done this a while ago, so let's get to it. The first question is,
who are 3 reviewers that you would like to collab with?
now for me this was a pretty hard question because there's so many people that I would love to collab with that I haven't yet. It's hard to name just 3. Vanessa of Vava Couture, Evan of Modern Scents, Drakdoc, Cody, there's my Mickers, Dan. Oh man, I think me and my Mickers, I would love to do a video with my Mickers. That would be so much fun. I would love to do a video with Cristo, Batawi Blood. And of course, I would love to do a video with Coach Rob. I guess the 3 that I would really love to do a review with, let's say yesterday, out of the people I haven't worked with yet, would probably be Tiff Benson, Jeremy Fragrance. I mean, who wouldn't want to work with Jeremy Fragrance, right? I mean, the dude's doing his thing. And I would for sure say Robes08, Mark. I mean, Mark was someone that I honestly looked at as a resource for fragrances. Like, I learned a lot about notes through watching Mark's videos, and I binged watch Mark. So I would definitely say those 3 are would be like my top priorities. But man, there's so many people again that I would love to work with. So yeah. That's a long one, but yeah, those are the people that I would love to work with. Second question.
Name 3 retired reviewers that you would love to see come back.
One I would definitely say would be Brandon Thompson. I mean, Brandon was so laid back, so cool, and like, you know, just a regular guy, you know, I could relate to, and I like this taste in fragrances. Too bad he doesn't do videos anymore. I would also say Tunes91, Tim. Tim was the man. Like, Tim was doing some really cool videos before a lot of people were doing cool videos. So I really liked Tim's work, and I also appreciated his open-minded attitude toward fragrances. I mean, he didn't care if a fragrance was marketed to whoever, as long as it worked for him and it smelled good to him. And I really respected that. And I would definitely say someone else who had a really great nose and I think really great taste in fragrances would have to be Freddie Jones of Fumerie Hilaire. Yeah, Fumerie Hilaire. That dude was really, really good. I would say those 3 guys are people that I would wish came back, you know, for sure.
What are your 3 favorite designer fragrances?
I'm gonna try to do this, but this was another tough one, honestly. I would have to say, number 1, Black Orchid. Black Orchid is absolutely my favorite designer fragrance of all time. I mean, the fact that it's a designer fragrance is shocking because it could have easily been Private Blend. Followed by number 2, Thierry Mugler's Amen. Amen to me is a holy grail fragrance. I don't really have an issue with the tar. Matter of fact, I really love it. I wish it lasted a little longer. I find it to be really, really interesting. Yes, the fragrance is synthetic, but I don't really care. I think it's extremely interesting and different for a designer scent. And in my opinion, a timeless fragrance. You could wear it today and it doesn't smell like a fragrance made in the 90s at all. I would say my 3rd would have to be Narciso Rodriguez. For him, Cement Musk fragrance. Another fragrance that, in my opinion, is leaning on the niche side of things, even though it's a designer fragrance. Absolutely spectacular fragrance, extremely versatile. One of my favorites ever. So yeah, I actually have a few more, but I'm gonna just stop at those. But yeah, those are definitely the top 2 and 3rd. There probably could be another 5 I could list that I could tie for 3rd though, but you know, I'll just leave it at those 3.
What are your favorite 3 niche fragrances?
I don't review niche fragrances yet, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, and the reason why is because I wanted to take time to really learn what is good niche, okay niche, and not so good niche. And again, it's all subjective, but I wanted to do some homework, and that's what I've been doing. If I had to name 3 fragrances in the niche category that I absolutely think are awesome, Amouage's Interlude Man. I mean, when you wear it, it just exudes rich class, opulence, and taste, in my opinion. Even if you don't like it, you can tell the person wearing it is doing his thing. Second fragrance would easily be Maison's Francis Kurkdjian's Oud Satin Mood. Man, wow. Just wow. I went to Twisted Lily in Brooklyn. An amazing niche store. You guys gotta go there. Anyway, the amazing Krista of Twisted Lily and Carla allowed me to basically smell the whole store and take as much time as I wanted to doing so. And the fragrance that just knocked me out, the fragrance that like put my brain in a headlock, would have to be Oud Satin Mood. Oud Satin Mood was just like, wow. Wow. And I would say my 3rd favorite niche fragrance I've ever smelled of all time, Angelique Noir by Guerlain. I'm sorry. It's like that fragrance is beyond, just beyond. That fragrance, Angelique Noir by Guerlain, it's really tough to do vanilla better, pretty much. Probably one of the best vanilla fragrances ever made, period. Next question.
What are your 3 favorite fragrance companies?
Number 1, Thierry Mugler. It's really difficult for a fragrance house to compete with Mugler when it comes to men's fragrances over the last 20 years, in my opinion. Mugler ushered in a modern age of fragrances, in my opinion. They made the first gourmand fragrance for men. So, I mean, that's pretty big. If not for that fragrance, maybe Dior doesn't do Dior Homme. Who knows? Who knows? If you guys at Mugler ever get to watch this, please consider a male version or a male counterpart to Womanity. Call it Manity. Please consider a male version to Alien. Please, I'm begging you. And don't do another Pure. I love Pures, by the way. Love them. But if you're gonna do one, please make it weird and different. Like, do a Pure Incense. Like, I would love a Pure Incense from Mugler. You know they're gonna kill a Pure Incense, in my opinion. So, yeah, Pure Incense, guys. My second favorite house would have to be Hermes. I mean, to me, Hermes is just the best warm weather fragrance house in a designer presentation. They do the most classy designer fragrances. My 3rd favorite designer house would have to be Guerlain. Guys, I know some people consider Guerlain to be niche, but I don't consider Guerlain niche any longer. They do cosmetics. I think that completely takes them out of the niche bracket and puts them squarely in the designer bracket.
What are your 3 favorite notes?
So my 3 favorite notes in fragrances would easily have to be vanilla number 1. Vanilla is my favorite note, hands down. My second favorite note would have to be incense, because I really do love incense. And my third favorite note would have to be, and I mean incense of all types, but yeah, my third favorite note would have to be cardamom. Yeah, cardamom is some beautiful stuff. And tied for cardamom would probably be pink pepper. They're interchangeable in my opinion. Beautiful spices. I really like the fact that cardamom and pink pepper add a freshness and a spiciness to a fragrance all at the same time. I think that's really, really cool. So,
what are 3 of the most underrated fragrances in your opinion?
So, guys, I honestly think that there are a lot of really great underrated fragrances, and I like to pride my channel on sharing underrated fragrances that a lot of guys don't consider, because, you know, a lot of guys just don't consider it, you know. So let's go down the line. I mean, there's Fonda Fendi, Black Vanilla Absolute, Halston Amber Man, Guerlain L'Oboisé, D'Arege by Rasasi, Potion Royal Black by D Squared. I mean, there's quite a few amazing fragrances that I think should definitely be a lot more popular than they are, as far as like the general public. A lot of these fragrances, I would also say, could be either on their way to being discontinued or already there. So that's sad. So yeah, guys, that concludes this Q&A. I mean, I really honestly think that it was fun, but it was hard. I mean, when you really have to narrow your choices down, that could be really difficult. You know. Oh, Bellamy Vetiver, guys. That's another underrated fragrance. Whew. Unbelievable work fragrance. Unbelievable work fragrance. But yeah, anyway, that concludes my rapid fire, dudes. I mean, that was just like really on the tip of my brain. So I'm gonna tag 2 guys out there. I want to tag my boy Peter from Fragrance View, and I want to tag Drakdoc Cody. I'm really curious about what these 2 guys got to say. 2 men that I respect highly, so I'd be curious what their answers to these questions would be. Maybe you guys would be too, so I hope they get one of these. So yeah, keep this tag going. Let me know what you think down below. Comment down below, please. Like this video if you appreciated it, and of course, subscribe if you haven't. I would really, really, really be grateful for your support, dudes and ladies out there. It's been real. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. I'm E, and this is Simply Put Scents. And I'm Simply O-U-T. Peace. And I wanted to basically bring forth a series I call Fragrance Myths. So the topic today that I want to discuss as far as a fragrance myth is the idea that short-lived fragrances are. I think a lot of people get the idea of a short-lived fragrance confused, guys.